Good morning. It's blessed near. It's almost afternoon. It's not. I have really been trying to understand as much as I could in order to make some intelligent commentaries. And it is it is very interesting that probably no one of political significance will watch what I'm trying to do. But that's okay. It's not really. But hey, I'm a rancher. I'm not young. I'm in Fort Mac, Murby. What is a hot mic? You know what a hot mic is. It's a mic that people in politics do not realize is still on. And instead of saying those things that would lend to get them reelected, you actually hear the truth from their heart. We saw that quite a while ago with Obama. Obama was running for his reelection, and so he had the first 4 years in, and he was meeting with a Soviet Russia leader, very high up close to Putin. And Obama did not realize that his mic had not been shut off. And so after Obama did his diatribe, which was pretty pussy like, anyways, but it was his feeble attempt at being a man who represented the country that had elected him. And he was hoping to get reelected. But when he was done, the BS, let's call it that, BS, that's clean. He leaned over to his Soviet Russian counterpart and he said, listen, you tell Putin, I just have to get reelected. When I get reelected, tell Putin I'll give him a call. We'll sort this stuff out. Isn't that interesting? You would not have heard that on CBC. I doubt you would have heard that on CTV. No, I'm positive you wouldn't have heard it on CNN, MSNBC. But I heard it on Fox News. Children, we are seeing, I kind of take a look over my television set, and we're seeing politicians who are pretty sure their mics aren't hot. And so they are running their mouths. Biden, Pelosi, oh, that female dog. I don't denigrate women, but I will her. Okay, as much as I possibly can. Because she is so double. A year ago, defund the police. Now, when asked if the U.S. should continue to buy oil from Russia, don't buy oil from Russia. She said at the same time, I'm not in favor of opening up our oil production in the United States of America on federal lands. Whose lands are they, Nancy? Yours? They're not. They're the people's. The people need oil. They need heat. They need to be oil independent. The United States of America can be oil independent. That's what they need. They need, as Donald Trump wanted to do, to export oil to Germany, the NATO countries. That Biden, though canceling our Keystone pipeline, he gave the go-ahead to Putin to finish his pipeline so that he, Putin, could make $1 billion a day, which incidentally he used to fund killing Ukrainian people. Ukrainian people. You hear any of them being interviewed, and if the reporter has enough guts, he will ask, "Do you think it's going to end here?" And they do something like this, the people, and they look at the guy, and they say, "No, it's not going to end here. Putin is going to do what he set out to do so many years ago, and that is restore Soviet Russia. And unless we have a hot mic, we will never know what these Democratic politicians down in the States, Justin Trudeau up here, are really honestly saying. Because we have allowed politicians to get away with lying. And we let them. Because when they get caught, they say, I misspoke. No, son. No, you lied. It's what you do when you're a politician and you want to get reelected. You lie. It's a fact. Not a newsflash. What is almost a newsflash is the Ukrainian people are still standing strong. And they're being killed. Also a newsflash, there are Ukrainian airmen who would love to get their hands on Poland's MiGs that they know how to run. But Biden's not going to let them until Biden gets his peace agreement with Iran, which Iran will never keep. And Putin will agree with, well, Putin's representatives are sitting at the table with the Iranians and with Biden's representatives. Probably John Kerry. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, that'd be a joke. Anyways, Poland, they have jets. Ukraine, they have pilots. And there are wonderful men and women stepping up to the plate around the world. And they're going to fight for the Ukraine. And a lot of them are going to die. But they are warriors in special forces. Doesn't matter what government. Oh, the governments of the world, they're pussies. They would hardly credence the fact that crossing the border, an Englishman the other night with a whole bunch of military tough men, they're heading into the Ukraine. Oh, hot damn. Oh, let there be freedom. Let there be a song. Freedom reigns. Freedom lives. Because if we don't get freedom now, if we don't support the Ukrainian people and Joe Biden and the Democratic Party, they aren't going to support until they get away with Iran. And Iran will never live up to the peace agreement. Iran, they want their own nuclear power, which incidentally, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, the world talked the Ukraine into militarizing their nuclear power. They had nuclear power. And I don't mean generating electricity. They were armed to bear. And Putin would never have attacked them. Except even Putin signed the peace accord with Ukraine. Doesn't mean squat. And actually, it doesn't mean squat to any other country in the world either. Because there's a game plan. I despise that game plan. sacrifice women and children for the sake of some brief thought that the politicians have accomplished something. Politicians accomplish nothing. It's the men and women of war they accomplish. But only if the politicians don't counter everything that they strive to do. Afghanistan, wasn't Biden wonderful? He's never been wonderful. Give us more hot mics so that we can actually see what these immoral politicians, and I'm not talking Donald Trump, children. I'm not talking Stephen Harper up here in Canada. I'm talking Justin Trudeau. I'm talking Biden. I'm talking the Democratic Party. Oh God, let us see their evil for what it is, while yet there is still hope. There is hope. While you're still breathing, there's hope. Problem is, you have to decide who and what you put your hope and faith in. That's a fact.